14 Honolulu, KWHD TV 14 Hilo.
Welcome. I'm Jessica Lani Rich, host of Inspire You and Me. It's an inspirational show where we talk to people who are making a difference. On this week's show, we have the Vice President of the Kokua Council, Rick Tabor, customer service expert, Karan Lau, and K-pop entertainer, Mike Lee. And be sure to stay tuned for the Animal Lovers Clip of the Week. We'll have all that and more, and we'll be back right after this.
5914 777 Shoo-doo-wah. Who's got the best views of eggs around? Who's got the best dress? Shoo-doo. Call 5914 today. Vacations Hawaii. Vacations Hawaii. Vacations Hawaii. Good luck, we gon' play. Good luck, we gon' play.
We are very pleased to have as our special guest on the show, he is a mental health expert. Please welcome Rick Tabor. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you having me.
And I appreciate the fact that you're here. You are a mental health expert. You're also the Vice President of the Kokua Council. For those people who aren't familiar with that, share with us.
So the Kokua Council is the oldest advocacy group here in Hawaii for kupuna. So we get very active in looking at problems that are going on and doing testimony and helping with legislation around that, but also educating the community about things. So a number of stakeholders come from folks like Hawaii Meals on Wheels, Lanakila, all over the place, and kupuna as well. So we meet on the fourth Mondays, 11:30 to 1:30 every month.
In case there's somebody watching who does not live in Hawaii and they don't know what the word kupuna means, can you explain it?
So kupuna is basically seniors. It's your elders. So we're focused on elder care kind of issues.
You have an extensive career in mental health. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I basically, being a mental health, I'm a licensed mental health clinician, and I basically worked with folks from 2 years old to 102 most of my life. That's the thing with mental health. You basically can focus with on anyone. Yeah. So my career actually started here. I was stationed here in 1976 at Caldwell Marine Corps Air Station. I was a Navy hospital corpsman. Wow. I joined with the concept of saving lives rather than taking lives. That's always been kind of how I focused on this. And to learn patient care. And magically I ended up being in charge of the mental health clinic at the Caldwell Marine Corps Air Station. So I was Navy hospital corpsman, but I was field med. And so I literally have been doing crisis kind of work all my life.
Yes, and so let's talk a little bit about the elderly. And there's a lot going on in the world right now. People are concerned about the coronavirus. They're concerned about their finances. What kind of advice can you give to people who are really just dealing with this ongoing stressful situation?
Sure. So the coronavirus is really a pretty unique situation. We've never dealt with this, probably in the entire world in our lifetimes. Maybe older generation, maybe somewhere kupuna have, I don't know, I have to think about that. The main thing with any crisis is we have to stay calm. Remaining calm, and the most important thing is to gather factual information. I always say we can be a victim or we can actually take charge of life. And in taking charge of life, you can calm the situation. Get the facts. Make sure you're listening to reliable information. Check it, dispute it, sort it out. Come up with a plan for yourself, for your family, for your elder, your kapuna, and put that into action. I mean, so the top thing is wash your hands, right? 20 seconds, yes. Happy birthday twice. We're moving on to different songs now because many of us are kind of bored with the happy birthday.
Right, happy
staying
birthday
alive.
to you.
Right?
I thought staying alive was first aid,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. But no problem is solved through emotions. You have to calm the emotions to work things out.
Rick, what I'm hearing from you is if you're in a situation where, let's say, everybody is panicking and they're really stressed out, if you remain calm and share that calmness with others, that is a very good skill to deal with stress.
I tend to, so I've done crisis work all my life. So when things get really critical, most people, my wife always notices, I get calmer. My getting calmer actually brings it down. I happen to have a fairly soothing voice, so if I can keep it soothing, I can bring things down. So somebody could be yelling and screaming, right? I know that that's an issue, so we need to get to the point that we're not yelling and screaming because we're not going to work it out otherwise. It's like we teach our kids to take time outs. Well, some people use it as punishment. It's actually a teaching tool. When we're stressed, we want to take a break. Same for us adults. We want to model that. When we can come back together and we can talk calmly, then we do. Now, some are not going to be able to do that, so we just need to recognize that. So then we need to plan for them to keep things calmer.
Absolutely. Now, you were talking about stress and handling difficult situations. Let's talk about the caregiver, the person who helps the elderly person. You know, they're balancing taking care of their work, their family, and then taking care of their senior parent. What sort of advice can you give to those people who are caregivers? Because you have a lot of experience as a caregiver.
Yeah. So I'm also a champion with Alzheimer's Association, and some of our stats tell us that 29,000 of our islanders are diagnosed with dementia. 65,000 family members are taking care of them because they can't afford the in-home care that I used to work with. The caregiver, I was just reading a stat, about a third of caregivers actually pass away before the person they're caring for.
I didn't know that.
Because they don't take care of themselves.
Oh, I didn't know.
So the first tip to a caregiver is to take care of yourself first. You have to be well to take care of somebody that's not. It's a lot of work. Reaching out and getting support. I would say that one thing that we have here in Hawaii that's very unique, and other places have this, but we are very fortunate. There are a lot of support groups out there. Kukua Council is a support group. Alzheimer's Association offers a lot of support. The various, just get connected. Getting connected with others is very important. I know people are going to say we don't have time. It's pretty simple, though. Many of it you can actually just webinar into. You can actually just Skype into. You can actually watch these things. You can actually call, get support over the phone, those kinds of things. But being with people that have gone through stuff together really helps you join with folks that are just going through it, folks that have been through it, and find yourself within that. And same with the being calm, you can gather the information you need to kind of help.
The name of our show is Inspire You and Me. Rick, what inspires you?
Life inspires me. That's usually my answer. Everything I'm doing, service above self, being able to help people, that's what inspires me.
You have a wonderful message. In closing, Rick, what is it about you and how people can deal with stress that you'd like to share with us that you haven't already done?
Just be calm. Enjoy life. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
That's what they say.
Right? And the main thing is be open, okay?
I can't help but think of that song, Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Very happy.
Although sometimes it's challenging too.
It is.
Rick, thank you so much for your very important message to bring calmness to the world. And keep doing what you're doing. You're making a great difference. And you are indeed an inspirational person. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jessica.